good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. May 1st, it's May 1st. I can't believe it. Wow, May 1st. Boy, did April go quick, and I had to get my car inspected today because it was due. So I'm gonna talk about my weekend really quick and get to my guests. I'm so excited. Friday night, I went into the city because Irene Bremis invited me to her premiere party. She recorded another comedy album, and there she is. That was she showed a little snippet of the special. It was an hour special, and Kathy Arnold and Bonnie Scalisi, there we are, enjoying some cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. And there's Irene. I love Irene. It was so nice to go and support. Your friends when they're doing what they love. It's just so important, and I'm so proud of her. Saturday was Rescuing Families Craft Fair in Franklin Square, and I took a ride there to support Gina and Vinny. And as you know, Rescuing Families is a nonprofit, and they help people with their homes who have disabilities. They help them reconstruct their homes. And then Sunday was laundry day. We all need clean underwear, so Sunday's laundry day. And limo talk. Guess what? This chick is now on Limo Talk, back on Limo Talk every Sunday night at 9:15 with Graz and Richie and Bobby. So I'm just putting it out there because last Monday, my bad, I had Linda Marcus Smith on and I forgot to mention the guys. And Theresa on Limo Talk is very different from the Theresa on Tea Time. You know, I let my hair loose and, you know, it gets a little risque with the guys. But here on Tea Time, it's rated G because we're on cable TV on a Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Channel 20 for people who get Optimum on Long Island. So listen, we get to my guest because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. She is an international recording star. She's a singer. She is a writer. And her and I met a while ago through a beautiful mutual friend. Carol Sylvan is here. Hi, Carol.
Thank you, Theresa.
How are you? It's so nice to see you, my
too.
friend.
You too.
I know we met through Dave Revels, introduced us. I had Tanisha Gary on my show, and you and I were at the Argyle Theater, and that's when we met. And we've been planning this and trying to get a date for a while, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm so happy that you're here tonight. I want everyone to get to know you. And let me tell you something. She is part of the disco queen era. I got my disco. I got my disco ball bracelet on.
I got to do mine too.
Yeah, and I got my sequins because this brings me back to my Guidette disco days. Okay, not for nothing. 1978, I was dancing at Jerry's Disco in Queens, right on Horace Harding.
On Horace Harding, yes.
Yes. So I'm so excited that you're here and people are going to get to know you because you are originally, we're Queens girls.
Yes, we are.
Originally from Queens. Where did you grow up exactly?
In Jamaica. In Jamaica,
Queens. And you went to St. Pascal's?
Yeah, St. Pascal's.
Yeah. And then you went on and you studied music at CUNY Brooklyn. And then you also went on to study voice and music at Juilliard.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Which is, you know,
and Brooklyn Conservatory
not too shabby. Too. Yes, Brooklyn Conservatory.
Yeah.
But you like came out singing. Like you just came out singing. Yeah. Like it is in your soul. It is in your bones. This is what you were meant to do.
Yeah.
And how exciting to live your dream.
It is. I even encourage my students, find your passion and do it.
It's so important.
Yeah, then it's never a day of work. It's just your love.
Yes.
Your love. Yeah.
And there's so much to talk about. There's so much to talk about. I am just so excited because I want to back up a little bit because you started singing originally in church, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And but when you were 16 years old, and you have to tell me how this happened. Hello, you opened for James Brown at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
At the tender age of 16.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, Mayor Lindsay, along with Frank Tennyson, they put together this program of young artists, and we would woodshed during the winter months.
Okay.
And then Mayor Lindsay would open up the city parks for us to perform. And we had people like that taught us, Butterfly McQueen taught us acting. Lou, oh God, I'm trying to think, he was on Different Strokes and Different World. Oh God, I can't remember Lou's last name. But anyway, he taught us acting. We had professional jazz singers that worked with us singing. It was just everything. And
so it was really a beautiful lineup of professionals.
Yes, that gave their time on Saturdays and they would work with us. And then Mayor Lindsay would open up different parks in New York City and give us the platform in order to perform.
Wow.
And one of the things that happened was I had won something. I forgot what it was, but I won something.
Okay.
And the word went down. Mayor Lindsay and Frank went to James and said, we have this young artist. Would she be able to open up for you? And he said yes.
Wow.
And the thing of it is, everybody thinks that, because it's James Brown, you sing, R&B. I sang Summertime from Porgy and Bess.
I sang that song in 4th grade.
Yeah, that's what I sang.
Yes.
And I was amazed. Because
it was Leontine Price, I think, sang it also. There's so many different versions out there. So many people. Wow. So that's what you sang.
Yeah. So I sang Summertime. Yeah.
What a moment.
It was. I still remember. And it was, it was just amazing. That's all I can say. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Like, I'm trying to think what I was doing at 16 and it was like, nothing like that.
And that led to something else because I did something for Merv Griffin. It was the opening up of Spanish Harlem had these new houses that went up and they had entertainment to, coronate or for the grand opening of these new buildings in Spanish Harlem, and I performed there too as well.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of like where you go from there. There's only way to go. Like that's like wow. And then when you were, like you mentioned, you did perform Porgy and Bess. You also did The Marriage of Figaro. You also when you were a junior in college, you actually hit the road for like 44 weeks.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, a situation had happened. Well, several situations. And they were not good. They were not positive things. And I heard something the other day that when a lot of negativity comes toward you, you can either allow it to push you down, or you can take that experience to lift you up. And I had told my guidance counselor at Brooklyn what was going on. And she said, you know what? You were working when you came here. I think you'd be just as successful if you leave.
Wow.
And I did. And I left that year. Wow. And I got a job that weekend. That's how I got the gig.
Wow.
A friend of mine, a dancer, did Broadway and everything, Carolyn Adams. She said, come on, I'm going to let you go out and we're going to celebrate because I don't want you to feel down about what happened and everything. It was like basically it was a lot of racism. I confronted, and I wasn't used to that kind of racism in what I was doing. And she said, let's go out. We went out and I met this drummer and he says, we're looking for a singer. Now, mind you, I've never sang pop. I never sang pop music. I never sang R&B.
Wow.
I only did classical music.
Yes, classical.
And I said,
that's the way you were trained.
That's the way I was trained. And so he said, we need a singer with this band, and the band leader's going to come. He says, you sing? I said, yeah, I can sing. Yeah. So the band leader came in. He introduced me to him. And he says, well, can you come like on Monday or Tuesday, whatever. And I showed up. And I was ready to sing like Vici Darte, Umbeldi, whatever.
Right.
Adele's Laughing Song, I had it down. And he said, do you know this song?
Oh,
and I
Lord.
only knew it was Roberta Flack, Killing Me Softly. And I only was familiar with him listening to it on the radio.
Right.
And I said, well, I'm not sure, but if you help me with it, I can do it. We rehearsed for 2 weeks and we left town for 44 weeks after that. Yeah.
Another wonderful experience.
Yeah.
When you're young and single and not tied down.
Yeah. And we hit the road and they took care of me.
Yeah.
The guys, because I was the only girl, so they took care of me. And they knew I was green. I had never, and that was my first experience going out of town without my mother or my voice teacher.
Yeah, I mean, hitting the road's no joke.
Yeah.
You know, it can be physically as well as mentally.
Yeah.
Draining.
Yeah.
You know,
because I had incidents on my first. Our first road trip was to Asheville, North Carolina, and a situation happened there.
Yeah.
But they were like, no,
right.
we're going to take care of this.
Yeah, no, that's good. They had your back.
They had my back.
They took care of you. That's awesome. Well, like I said, singing's in your bones. Bobby's going to put up that picture when we first met. Is that okay? The first one? I think it's the very first pic when we first. There it is.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, I love that hat. We both wearing hats that night.
I got that
hat.
Where did I get that? Oh.
I don't know, because I know you're a
thrifter
like me.
I know Foxes.
Oh,
I got
okay.
I got that hat from Foxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, I know we talked about it before, but I don't think he put it up. But so you received your first gold record. Again, if my fun facts are wrong, you correct me. Was for Money?
Yes.
The song Money with the Fatback Band, right? Who you started writing songs with.
Yeah.
Now, how did you connect with them?
Guy I was dating. He was playing, and it's so fun. He was playing congas in the band, and
I love a good conga.
He was playing congas, and he introduced me to Bill. And Bill said, can you sing this song? And I said, yeah, why not?
There's nothing you can't sing, really.
You know,
I mean, when you're classically trained, there really isn't nothing you cannot sing. Seriously. Right. Do you have a favorite genre that you like to sing?
It depends on how I'm feeling spiritually or mentally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But you really don't have like a favorite go-to. Like it depends on,
It does. It really does. I'm an emotional kind of person. I have to connect.
Yeah, me too. You're not a Virgo, are you?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. So you also won many awards over the years as well. You also won the Ed Sullivan Award for Outstanding Artist. Yeah. I mean, come on. These are like really exciting accolades that you have here. I mean, hello.
That got me in trouble though in school. That was one of the incidents.
Really?
Got me in trouble in school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was.
But we're gonna back up. But actually, you know what? When we come back, we're gonna back up and come back. We're gonna take my first commercial break. But when we come back, we are going to talk about why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed, because 1978 was a very special year, and we're going to talk about you singing with Musique and how that happened.
Okay.
Because they had two songs that I know I danced my behind off to. So stay right there. We'll be back after this. Don't go away. More with Carol.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Thank you. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me. I am with Carol Sylvan. She is an international recording star, singer, writer, also teacher. She's freaking amazing. Back in the day, hello. There was, yes, you should.
Yes.
But I want to give some shout outs while she's on her phone. Give some shout outs to Bruno and Greg DiFilippo and Graz and Ann, Michael Norton. Thank you everyone for watching and tuning in. We're going to go back, way back, way back. 1978. There was a group that I loved called Musique. And there was a song my mother didn't love called Push, Push in the Bush, okay? And my mother's like, what is that song about? I said, someone pushed somebody in a bush. I said, I hope they didn't get hurt, but I'm sure they fell down. And, you know, that's what it was about, Mom. You know, just, I don't know, whatever. But let me tell you something. Push, Push in the Bush. Everyone knows that song. Push, Push in the Bush. You know it. You know it. And we used to dance to it back in the day. And the other song that Musique did also was Keep On Jumping.
Let your body fly. Everybody bumping. Yeah.
Love it, love it. You know, this is my disco era. This is it. This is where I loved being. I just loved being. And you know, Push, Push in the Bush. Let me tell you something. Push, Push in the Bush. 1978 was a very, very controversial song. Okay. And many radio stations banned it. They banned it. They banned the song. They didn't even want to play it because of the sexual undertone and, you know, what people.
But the thing of it is, it wasn't about that.
Yeah, but that's the way people took it. I'm going to let you explain, but that's how people took it. And compared to today's songs and lyrics, this is tame, people. That's all I'm going to say. But back then, you know, it had some controversy. So why don't you tell us exactly what the song's about?
Rhyming words.
Okay.
That was all it was about.
That's
it was about they needed a word to go push, push. What rhymes with push? And they came up with bush, and that's how the song just started.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my gosh. So how did you hook up with Musique? And I know you travel along the world. You sing this song. You were just at Lehman College not that long ago with a bunch of other colleagues that, you know, if you want to mention.
Carol Douglas. Rochelle Fleming from First Choice.
Yes.
The Intruders. The Tramps.
You work with Fran Jolie.
Fran Jolie, I love her.
Love her. Come to me, baby. Come to me. Oh, so I mean, these are just groups that, you know, like I said, I grew up listening to. But how did that come to be? Well,
I worked with Christine Wilshire first. Christine is the voice behind Musique.
Yes.
And she and I were doing a lot of session work for Patrick Adams.
Right. Well, Patrick Adams and Sandy Cooper actually wrote Push, Push in the Bush.
That's right. And so then Christine says, like, I got somebody I want you to meet. And it was Mary Seymour.
Okay.
And so when the first group came off the road, then I joined them, you know.
Right.
And that was it.
Right.
Mary and I have been like partners for over 44 years.
Mary, I'm going to have Mary on the show in the future.
Yes.
She agreed to do the show, so I'm very excited about her and her career and her journey. Because, you know, that's a special relationship. That's not 40 years. That's longer than some marriages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a special.
Yeah, we've been through a lot. We've been through marriages and deaths and divorces and children and grandchildren and everything.
All of
you know,
it. All of it. Yeah, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then the music.
And the music. And the music is always like.
But how incredible is it to share the stage with someone who's like a sister?
It's family. When we don't see each other.
Yeah.
And we come together, it's I can't even explain this. It's everything.
Yeah.
It brings my heart so much joy.
Yeah.
To be, you know, with Mary and Kim, and sometimes we'd have Janice Pendarvis with us. Right. You know, we've had other singers, but Mary and I have been consistent over the years. Right. Yeah, just consistent. Yeah. It's just been like, my girl, what we doing? What? I'm there. Bag is packed. Makeup ready. Let's go.
That's it. There's always a bag that's packed to have.
And we had such a good time.
And that's what it's
just
all
like,
about, right? Isn't that what you
yeah,
said before? Follow your passion.
yeah,
And you feel like you're never
you're
working.
never working.
It's amazing. It's really like I said, you play that old. Like I said, I'm a disco girl, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I love old disco, between Musique and the Tramps, Lime.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Lime
just
was on the show. Yeah,
I love Lime too.
we're doing something in I think June.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell everyone right now.
Yeah.
I want you to follow Carol. Don't stalk her, but just follow her. In other words, if you go to Carol, and it's with an E, Carol Sylvan, SYLVAN.com. That is her website. Okay, that is where you can see videos and you can see her upcoming dates and hear some of her songs, which I did.
Oh,
And we're going to talk about that too.
okay.
And she is on Facebook, and she is also on Instagram as The Real Carol Sylvan. Okay. So, yeah, because I definitely listen. I've seen Dave, I've seen Tanisha.
Mhm.
I gotta physically come see you now.
Okay.
Make sure I wear my capizios too.
Okay.
when
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do,
yeah, yeah.
You know, and get down. Yeah, I'm
Definitely,
excited. I have to
definitely.
tell you, my daughter's getting married this year, which I told you before the show.
Beautiful.
She's getting married the day before Thanksgiving. And we just booked her shower, and it's a disco theme.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and she already picked up disco pink and silver balls. I'm excited about it, but
beautiful.
she goes, I want a disco theme. I was like, what? Like, who are you and what'd you do to my daughter? Because disco was never on my daughter's tongue. Do you know what I'm saying?
You'd be surprised.
But you know what? Everything that goes around comes around again.
My granddaughter we were taking her back to school. She goes to UConn.
Yeah.
So she put her playlist on, and I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, I mean, I said, you got to make that playlist for me.
Yes,
because
yes.
it was grown folks music.
You
I was
see?
like, oh,
You see? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my daughter likes everything, but it was a little surprising when she goes, I want a disco theme bridal shower. I was like, all right. Yeah, you're talking my language.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that
yeah.
works. That works for
Fab.
me. That works for me. But talk about you. You teach. Tell me about you teaching,
Oh.
because you influence many, many beautiful young lives now
Yeah.
with your craft.
Well, I work for Young Audiences of New York, which is a nonprofit.
Yes.
And what we do, we go into New York City public schools where they don't have art programs.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, I
It's
know
so
it's
sad.
horrible.
Yes.
It's the hypocrisy of it is beyond words. But
I
anyway,
know.
and I've been doing that for over 20 years. Right before the pandemic, I was awarded Teaching Artist of the Year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I really was proud. Mary was there with me as always.
Oh.
And it was just, I love teaching because it's a
That was
way
in
for
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Okay. I have it right here. Teacher artist honoree. I got it.
It's my way of giving back.
Yes.
Because teachers did extraordinary things to get me where I am.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful thing when the students come back, even students that I didn't have in my class or in Glee Club.
Right.
I see them on the street,
Yes.
and they say, "Aren't you Miss Carol?" I said, "Yeah."
Oh.
You know, and they say, "Oh, Miss Carol, I wanted to sing with you." Da, da, da. But they remember.
Yeah.
You know, like one of my students came to the school recently, and she just filled my heart.
Yeah.
She says, Miss Carol, I came because I want to tell you I got into LaGuardia School of Performing Arts. And I didn't even know that was her desire, you know, because she was an excellent student academically, and she was always on time. She really, whenever I had to leave the class, I'd always put her in charge because she had this very mature attitude about her. And so I told her, I said, look, if you're looking for a mentor, I'm here for you.
That's great. That's great.
One of my other students, two or three of them I still connect with on Facebook. One is getting her master's this year.
Nice.
You know, others are doing makeup and hair, and they have
Pursuing
different kind of
their
passions. Yeah.
And it's so important. I had I sing. Not professionally, but I do sing. And I remember in school, my chorus teacher, Mr. Frazier, left an imprint on my heart. And we actually did an album. as a class. We sang the song Fantasy.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yes.
Ooh.
So I have that on vinyl.
I don't have my first.
I'm an alto. And I made sure you could hear me on that album. I did.
Listen, the first album I did was for the Girl Scouts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was a Girl Scout.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, they asked for singers. They went around, and I did. That was my first ever recording. Was singing in the Girl Scout chorus.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the alto thing was funny because when I went to high school, because I have a normally speaking low voice.
Yes.
I do have a low voice when I speak.
Yes.
And so the music teacher said, "Well, you're going to sing. You're in the alto
But you
section.
can sing high. You can hit some notes.
Yeah. So he says, you're in the alto section." I said, "But I'm a soprano." He says, "No, you're not. Go in the alto section." So I said, "Okay."
I wanted to be a soprano. And Mr. Fraser, like, you're an alto.
Yeah. So I go in the alto section. I'm like, I'm fine. It's okay.
Right.
So that year they had a talent show.
Okay.
So I said, "Can I sign up?" He said, "Sure."
Yeah.
But he still had me in that alto section.
Oh, but you proved to him.
So I called my voice teacher. She came up. And she accompanied. I said, "I'm bringing my voice teacher to accompany me. Is that okay?" They said yes. So,
good.
So she accompanied me. I think I did VC D'Arte. And when I finished, the next day he put me in the soprano section. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Wow. That's a good story. I like that. You proved him wrong, but you knew your range. You knew what you could do.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you could do both.
Yeah.
But I didn't like.
No, because I was doing Adele's Laughing Song already in high school and stuff. Yeah. And then you have to be a coloratura to do that. So but I said, okay, I'll buy my time.
That's good though. Like in your face. Yeah, soprano the next day. That's great. Listen, I'm going to take my second break. I am so excited that Carol is with me tonight. I really am. It brings back such memories. All right, so everyone stay right there. More when we come back with Carol Sylvan. Don't go away.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm glad you join me every week. Listen, Tea Time is live every Monday night at 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. Then it goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20. Right here on beautiful Long Island for people who get Optimum. So we'll be on TV Saturday. Yes, we are. And I am with international recording star, singer and writer Carol Sylvan. And girl, you were very popular in Italy.
I know.
Tell me that. Listen to me. I'm 100% Sicilian, never been to Italy, but I'm dying to go.
Kidding.
Dying to go. Please tell me about Italy. Tell me about Italy.
Oh my God. I have so many great experiences there. They brought me over after I did Everything You Do. I wrote that with Lenny Fontana. And then the folks over there at Cult Records, they brought me over there to Italy.
Yeah.
And so I've been to like Rome, Milan, Turin, Naples. I love Naples.
Yeah.
And the dance community there is so. I had a couple of number ones there. I had song of the month.
Yes. Yes.
Song of the week.
Well, let's talk about.
Yeah.
You. All right.
Stuff,
So wait. So in 2021, you released a 10-song album.
Yeah.
Called Love.
Yes.
Right. LOVE, people. Love. All right, and that debuted at number 19.
9.
9?
9.
Oh, girl, that is a
Yeah.
mistake that I'm sorry
Yeah,
I made.
number
But
9.
okay, but that got to be fixed then
Okay.
in your
Okay.
bio. Hello, on Relics, right?
Right.
Okay, and you also record it with many, many, many artists. And when Bobby gets a chance, we're gonna throw up some pics when
Okay.
he's back where he needs to be. In the meantime, in the meantime, I have to tell you that you sang a song called "I Cry for You."
Yeah, it's a blues song.
Hello, and also "Saving Up for Your Love."
Yeah, I recall
Now, let me
that.
tell you something, people. You need to go and watch these on her. Bobby, hold up a second. Don't put them up yet. We're going to put them up in a second. But you need to go listen to these songs and watch them because you know what I love? First of all, I love listening to your voice.
Oh,
That's the
thank
first
you,
thing.
Theresa.
Second of all, I love both these songs. But I love that you make Queens a character in your videos.
There you go.
Okay? Because I know that Dinah, and I know that Dinah, and I know, and I'm telling you, I'm like, it is the backdrop.
There
and
you go.
I
There you
love it.
go.
I love it
There
because
you
as a
go.
Bayside girl, a
Mhm.
Queens girl, eventually my goal is to try to incorporate my hometown
Right,
in
right.
something that I do, but I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
How
yeah.
much fun was it to film that? Especially
It was
in
a
the
lot.
diner.
The diner
That's great.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
The diner part was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I had another old friend, one of my high school friends, she's in that video.
Yeah,
In
I
the
figured
diner
you were
video.
gonna put some people in
yeah,
there. You gotta
yeah,
keep the
yeah,
cost down a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
But the Saving Up for Your Love,
Right.
was that a full day of filming? Did you have to film that a little bit over time, or did you shoot that all in one day?
We did that in one day.
You
We really
did.
just, because we just did the clip. I put the clip on a little.
Now, did you come up with the storylines for the songs?
I do.
Good for you.
I do. Sometimes they don't work out because folks don't want.
Well,
but anyway,
you know.
yeah. But yeah,
it
it was both
worked.
me and Rafe Klein came
Okay.
up with the
Yeah, yeah,
storylines for the songs, and
Where do you get your inspiration from?
life.
Yeah.
Every song I ever written, I take it from a personal
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
I wrote 2 songs. One is in the country genre, but there's another song. We're gonna have to sit down. I'm gonna have to show you.
Yeah.
It's almost like a kind of like a Beyonce kind of song, but maybe I could get you to sing it. Oh, we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta work this out.
Make
We
that
gotta work it out.
connection.
Work
We gotta
it
work it out. But I love how you use Queens as a backdrop. I think it's so much fun.
Thank
You know, and to go places where
Yeah, the diner scene we did in Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
But it was right next door to the studio.
Okay.
And what was the funny story is the part that got
Edited?
edited on the floor
Editing floor.
was at the end of the video.
Yes.
I quit on the tab.
Right.
And I put it down.
Yeah.
And I walk out, I strip off my apron and throw it up in the air. They cut that part. The thing that, and I was like a little upset because the staff, I mean the waitresses, I won't say staff,
yeah.
the boss was there.
Right.
But the waitresses, they loved it. They were clapping.
Yeah.
We want to quit too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's their goal, that's their dream, right?
They loved that part.
Oh my God.
But
great.
they edited that part out. Yeah.
And I Cry for You.
Yeah.
What inspired you to write that?
I didn't write that. That's a blues tune.
Oh, that is a blues
it's an old
tune.
blues
Okay,
tune.
okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, but again, 10-song album on Love, debuted number 9. I stand corrected. Okay, now that Bobby's where he's supposed to be. Hold on, Bobby. So you've recorded with many, many, many artists along the way.
Yeah.
Bobby, don't put up the pics yet. I'm gonna actually throw out
Either
the names.
record or I worked live.
Worked live or recorded.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw out the names first, and then Bobby's gonna put up the pics because they're not in any kind of particular order. But throw up the first 2 because that's with music.
Yeah, my girls.
Yeah, baby. Not for nothing. I love, and then there's a second one, and I love where you shop for the same costumes like that.
Well, honey, we have our outfits made.
You do.
Yes,
That's
do.
what I'm talking about. Yes.
Because we're gonna be the originator, okay?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, give me a good seamstress.
Yes.
It's true, especially for around this area.
And she's in Queens. And she's really, she's been really helping us out a lot.
That's great. Yeah, because you have such beautiful, beautiful apparel when you go on stage. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
colorful, it's feminine, it's
Yes,
fierce.
yes, theater.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna say some names. Bobby's gonna throw pictures after I say the names, okay? Because then we're gonna have repeats. But you have recorded with many artists over the years, including CC Music Factory, Aaron Neville, Peebo Bryson, Pet Shop Boys, Tony Braxton, RuPaul, Eddie Murphy, Lionel Richie, James Ingram, Melba Moore, Dan Aykroyd, The Weather Girls, Brandy, Natalie Cole, Jennifer Holliday, Patti LaBelle, and more. Now Bobby's gonna throw up some pics because there's some people in there I didn't mention that you just happen to be hanging out with. So go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. Okay, that's you with Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
Braxton
That was at the
back
Essence
in
Awards,
the
yeah.
day.
Back in the day.
And that's Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Hello, with her curly hair back then.
Mm-hmm.
That's how my hair looked back then too. There's Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Miss Patti.
Patti LaBelle. Now that's back in the day. And then there's another picture right underneath that with it's a little bit more updated.
Yeah, that's when we went to see Memphis.
Yes.
It's Gladys.
Yes, Gladys
the one
Knight.
and only.
Yes. Share, baby.
Yes.
If I could turn back time. Oh, yeah. Look at her. Look at you.
And she's a sweetie.
Oh, I'm sure she is.
She is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Lou.
Mr. Lou Rawls. Yeah.
Lou. You'll never find.
I was singing with Phyllis Hyman, and we opened up for Lou at Carnegie Hall.
Nice. Yeah. I was finally I didn't perform at Carnegie Hall, but I was finally there. Actually, I was filming a movie and Carnegie Hall was the backdrop.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, so it was kind of, I got to tell you off camera what that was about.
Oh, okay.
Just remind me. But, not for nothing. That's a not too shabby company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was good.
You ever get in the beginning, who was the first? Well, obviously it was James Brown.
Right.
But after you were 16, professionally speaking, who was like the second biggest artist maybe you worked with, if you remember?
You're going to laugh.
Oh, well, good.
Okay.
I'm glad I asked a funny question.
Smoking Joe Frazier.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I was
where
one
was
of the
that?
knockouts. We were on tour.
You were on tour?
We were on tour with him.
Nice.
And then after him was Candy Staten.
Yes.
And Genya Ravan.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's just a whole bunch of other people. Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing. But like I said, I meet people in the industry, and it's like, it could be a little overwhelming. You know what I mean? When you were growing up, listening to music, I know you trained classically,
Right.
but before you trained classically, who did you like listening to?
I listened to my father's records, and my father was a jazz fanatic.
Oh.
So my father had one of the most beautiful voices. He sounded like Arthur Prysock, Billy Eckstein.
Yes.
And I started out as a dancer. So I would dance. I would do point. I would be on point while my father sang.
Oh, wow.
And I would listen to his favorites. I would listen to the Count Basie band, which I sang at Count Basie's house when I was 12 years old. And
I have that. I have that here. I do, and we're gonna go back to that.
I would listen to Ella and Sarah, Carmen McRae.
Yeah.
Just the greats.
Because that's what you grew up on. That's what
I
he
grew
had.
up on. Yeah.
But yes, let's go back to that, because that's something that I did not mention. That's when you was singing back in the day. You started in church, but yes, you ended up singing at Count Basie's house.
Yes.
How, why, and what was that about?
His wife was one of the supporters of the B Sharps, and that was a organization that helped kids, and they sang and whatever. And
Right.
she would invite me over to, and when he was home and when he wasn't home.
Wow.
She would invite me, and she would have these little teas, and I would sing in the backyard, sing classical music while my teacher played, and yeah, I just sing my little arias and art songs, and that was.
Does anyone else in your family sing? Other
My
than
dad,
your dad? Yeah.
My mom has a nice voice.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than my sisters and I used to sing in grade school. We were the Sylvan sisters, but then their interests went that way, and I was the only one that stuck with the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great. Yeah. My sister and I would sing in chorus. And then for my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary, my grandmother loved the song "You Light Up My Life" by Debbie Boone.
Debbie Boone.
Yeah. And my mom said, "Would you and Janine get up and sing for Grandma at the party?" And my beautiful friend, may she rest in peace, Betsy Blank, joined us, and we sang it as a trio.
Nice.
So we could do some harmonizing.
Right.
And it just made my grandmother's day.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when you think about it, how song can really touch a person emotionally. It can help you, put you in a better mood, or it could kind of bring back maybe a solace time.
Yeah.
So it really is such a connection.
It is. And when you listen to different forms of music, different genres,
yes,
you always have a wealth of soundtrack to your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can remember, we all remember our first love, right?
Yeah.
We all remember our first kiss. Well, my first movie was Endless Love with my first boyfriend. So of course I hear Lionel Richie singing that song. It brings me back to that time in my life, right?
And Diana Ross.
Yes.
Miss Ross.
Endless Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anybody who you haven't performed with that you would want to?
I did an interview recently, and they asked me the same question. And it used to be Beyonce. I still would give her some play. But right now I'm feeling Samara Joy.
Okay.
I'm feeling her. Yeah. I would love to do something that would be very different. And it'd be more like I could use my smooth jazz voice.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow. That's great. Well, I'm gonna wait till Bobby gets back to where he needs to be again. Oh, Lord,
you got him running.
I got him running. Well, because I got to take my last commercial break. But before we go, again, I want everyone to know Carol with an E, Sylvan, okay, SYLVAN.com is her website. You can go there. You can check out her videos. You can check out pictures, all upcoming shows, The Real Carol Sylvan on Instagram. So listen, you got to check her out. But we're going to go to commercial, my last commercial break. And when we come back, more with Carol Sylvan. Don't go away.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm very excited you're joining me tonight. I am with Carol Sylvan. We met through a mutual, beautiful friend, Dave Rebels. Dave was with the Persuasions and the Drifters, and he did a great show with Tanisha Gary, who I also had on the show, at the Argyle Theater, and that's where we met. And I'm so glad God put you in my path. There are no accidents in life, girl. That's all I gotta say.
That's right.
And she is here with me, and I'm excited because Mystique was one of my favorite groups back in the day. Push, push in the bush, push, push in the bush. That's why I'm wearing my disco shirt tonight. I'm like, my inner Guidette is coming out. And also the other song is Keep On Jumping, right?
Let your body fly.
Yeah, let your body fly, let your body fly. Just all these old songs that come back and just bring back such great
Energy,
memories.
memory,
You know,
energies,
you
and
just did
love.
the show at Lehman College. There's a lot of shows that she's got coming up. Go to her website again, Carol with an E, Sylvan.com, and look to see where she's performing, because these are disco shows
Right,
that
right.
really bring back all your favorite artists between Lime and Frangioline and all these artists that just bring back such great memories.
We did a disco cruise.
Oh,
that was to
now
die
you're
for.
speaking my language.
I mean, you talking about everybody. It was so nice. Everybody on that ship.
And this was out of New York, Florida?
Out of Florida.
Out of Florida.
It was
Are
celebrity
cruises.
cruises.
Is you gonna be doing that again?
I think the last one was this year. I don't think they're doing it again.
Really?
But it was, I mean, it was France.
Yeah.
It was Yvonne Elliman.
Oh, love her too.
It was Gloria Gaynor.
Oh, yes.
Cool in the Gang.
Wow.
Tavares.
Oh.
The girls from Chic.
Don't
It was us.
take away the music.
Yeah. Who else? Shima. There was so.
What's Suave? You ever work with Suave?
No.
Okay.
No. Evelyn Champagne King.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it was just like everybody. It was like everybody.
That is
was on that.
That is a cruise that I would have loved
and the
to go
people
on.
who came were so much. They came. They came for it. They came for it. They brought it. They dressed it. They hung. They did it. The girls, a lot of the women were looking like Goldie Hawn from Laughing.
Was that the first disco cruise you did?
Yeah.
Wow. So that was a great experience.
It was.
Then.
It was great. It was really great.
That was great. You know, you mentioned grandchildren. Yeah. Did you ever sing them lullabies?
My granddaughter's favorite song as a baby was "Hit the Road, Jack."
Really?
Yes. Every time I bathed her, she'd be crying. I say, "Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back." And like she'd be like,
"That's great! Oh my God, that's great!" That's just an audience that is just like loving everything.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that was her best song.
Oh my God! I took the song "Rockin' Robin" and I changed it to "Rockin' Potty." And I changed the lyrics, and that's how I taught my daughter how to potty train.
Get out of here.
Yeah, rockin' potty.
Wow.
And her name's Valerie, but I changed it to Valley because I call her Valley. So I go, Valley's on the potty all day long. Peeping and pooping, we're singing that song. Rockin' potty. Rockin' potty. Anything to get it to go.
Yeah, go. Right,
you know what I mean? I had to try to make it fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's good.
yes, and you are still in Queens.
Yeah, still in Queens.
Still a Queens girl through and through. You are there. And how often do you work with the kids?
Twice a week.
Because that's what I wanted to ask you.
Twice a week.
So there are specific days that you do work with them.
Yeah, Wednesdays and Thursdays at the school I'm at now.
Okay.
I finished at another school in the school I'm at now. I've been there for like 10 more years.
Oh wow. Okay, because you kind of like you.
Yeah, I go from different schools. Different. Yeah.
Right.
And it depends on the program that they're asking for. Sometimes I was doing a jazz residency up in Harlem for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And, I've done a Broadway residency. I've done a Beatles residency.
Wow.
A rock residency. Yeah. So I sing all types of music. So I just put a program together, and if that's what the school wants, then I present it. Yeah.
So I have to ask you about COVID, because COVID affected a lot of people in many, many different ways.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and because you volunteer your services to teach, obviously that was affected. Were you doing anything over Zoom?
Yeah, we still had classes.
Yeah.
Once they set it up, we did I don't know if I'm supposed to mention stuff, but anyway, we did one form
Okay.
and didn't work out so well.
Okay.
So then we
You
had
tweak
to go
it.
through.
Sometimes you got to tweak stuff.
Yeah, and we had to tweak, and we tweaked
Yes.
some more. And
Yes.
finally, we got permission to do what we needed to do, and
Right.
finally it worked.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Well, it's all trial
And
and
it's so
error.
funny because I had these two sisters in Glee Club,
Yeah.
and during the break, during the holiday break, they went to DR, Dominican Republic,
Right. Right.
and they couldn't get back.
What?
So,
Oh no.
So we would be on online, and I'm like, okay, now sing this part, and I'm noticing something. It's like, and they're
Is there a palm tree behind you?
and their internet was really like shoddy.
Yeah.
And they would drop in, drop out. I said, what's going on? They said, we're in DR, Miss Carol.
That's a great place to get stuck, though. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was funny because some kids during the pandemic, they would, of course, they were home. And
Yeah.
some would be laying in the bed, eating ice pops. I said, you better put that ice pop down. Listen, you better sing your part. And
Right.
right. But it was good. We still had a good time. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. When you do teach, obviously you have to have some kind of format when you teach. And again, the kids are kind of separated by their vocal ability, right? Whether they're alto, soprano.
Well, not yeah. I do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Alto,
definitely.
soprano. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's male and female, correct? So you have some.
Well, this year I have all girls.
Oh,
I
it
have
is all
one boy that
girls.
comes
Okay.
in, goes out, comes in.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't
Okay.
stay, so I don't count him.
Okay.
So
I
this
don't know if you
year
had any
I'm majority
baritones
girls.
in there or any,
I have one table of kids. I've got them to sing below the alto parts.
Right.
And they're really good at it.
Uh-huh.
So in their girls. So I said, okay, y'all gonna take the bottom.
Right.
And they're really good with it. So
Yeah.
I just keep them there.
Do any of them suggest songs that they'd like to try to sing?
I always open up the platform
Oh,
for
that's
them.
good.
I said, I don't want it to be one-sided. I want us all to participate.
Right.
So they'll come, but Tony, these kids these days.
Well, that's what I was
them
going to
songs,
ask.
them songs they be bringing. I'm like,
that's what I was going to ask you. I'm sure they weren't part of your selection.
no. And I said, and they said, but what's wrong with that song, Miss Carol? I was like, listen to the lyric.
Yes,
Listen to
yes,
the lyric.
yes. Well, it's
It is
important
not
if you can
appropriate for grade
understand the
school.
lyric first.
It is not appropriate.
Right,
It's
right,
talking
right.
about this. And
Right. Yeah, it makes push in
no.
the bush look tame,
Yeah.
right? It's true.
I said, nope. Nope. And they said, but what about no?
Right.
You know,
Right.
And then there's some songs that they bring, and I say, okay, we can do that one. Like they brought what's the song? Oh God, I can't remember. I think it's either Sia or another artist they brought me, and I said, okay, we can do that one.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I could feel that.
And do you always stick to the traditional melody it comes in, and do you put a twist on it?
We have 2 performances coming up, and we're going to do Love Train by the O'Jays.
Oh yeah,
right?
great song.
But they're going to open up the song a cappella, singing Curtis Mayfield's People Get Ready.
Nice.
Yeah. So they open up a cappella with People Get Ready, and on Get On Board, they hold that note out as the music for Love Train comes on, and then they come right into the chorus
I like
of Love
that.
Train. Yeah. So I try to do things like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
That they can do things. And then I asked them like for choreography. I said, what kind of steps can we do to this? And they'll come and they'll be
right.
Like one little girl, she had some little step like this. I said, oh, I like that. All right, everybody, let's try that. Let's do this step.
Yeah.
And we just do it.
How many kids are in the class?
This year I have 20, about 15 and 20 kids.
That's a nice amount.
Yeah. I used to have 30 pre-pandemic.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But it was great. They sang, before the pandemic, they sang Never Enough.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Nice.
4th and 5th graders. And
wow.
they were amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's beautiful, really. I am just so thrilled that Carol Sylvan is sitting to the left of me tonight. We have 2 minutes left. Do you see how fast this
I know,
went?
it really went fast.
Well, listen, my door is always open to you. If you ever want to come back, promote, sing. Next time, maybe come back, sing original songs. Maybe.
We'd love to.
Because obviously we can't do covers because of copyright infringements. But
yeah, but you can do my songs.
I was going to say, Dave Revels actually was here for my special Valentine's show, and he sang 3 original songs. So if you want to come back, we could definitely do that.
Okay.
That would be lovely.
Lovely. Very
Listen,
lovely.
everybody, Carol with an E, Sylvan.com. Go to her website. Please check out her upcoming dates. Check out her music videos. She's also on Instagram as The Real Carol Sylvan. Also on Facebook, Carol Sylvan and Carol Sylvan Artist.
Yeah.
So you can check those pages out as well. There's the picture of you and Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Now that was a funny, child.
Tell me about it.
He was a hot hissy mess. We were all backstage. Everybody getting ready to go on.
Yeah.
And I think I was with CNC then.
Okay.
I think I was with CNC Music Factory then. And we was getting ready to go on. And he decides he's going to pee in the coffee cup, in the coffee.
Oh, Lord.
And we were looking at him like, are you serious?
Oh,
he said, well, I had to
my.
go and I couldn't wait. I was like,
wow.
You was
Talk
crazy.
about a weak bladder. Listen, thank you for sharing that story. I love all your stories.
Thank you.
And I love you for watching. And I appreciate supporting Tea Time. But I want to tell everyone, tune in next Monday for another fabulous show. Tell everyone you love them. And I'll see you next week, everybody. Ciao.
Bye.